And now I get to talk about someone who has been an inspiration for me as a young woman, Susan Desmond-Hellmann. Physicians hold an exalted spot in our society because of the intense preparation required to practice medicine and the life or death consequences of their work. For most, it's an unattainable goal. For many, it's the pinnacle of success. For Sue Desmond-Hellmann, it was merely a step along a path of extraordinary achievement. Dr. Desmond-Hellmann moved to Uganda in 1989 to work on HIV, AIDS, and cancer with her husband, and had an epiphany. She realized that all her training to become a doctor would mean little if she did not make a contribution. It was not an idle insight. She soon stretched her grasp out to the entire world and set to improving the human condition everywhere. She spent 14 years at California biotech firm Genentech, developing breakthrough medicines, including 2 of the first gene therapies for cancer, Avastin and Herceptin. Did I do that right? Yes, Sue Desmond-Hellmann was literally curing cancer and offering life and hope to millions. In 2009, Forbes magazine named her one of the world's 7 most powerful innovators. Dr. Desmond-Hellmann moved on to become the first female chancellor of the University of California at San Francisco, providing leadership to an institution that conducts breakthrough research and trains California's doctors and medical innovators. Today, as CEO of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, she leads the organization's vision for a world where every person has the opportunity to live a healthy, productive life. Dr. Desmond-Hellmann has woven together her experiences as a physician, scientist, and leader in the public and private sectors to create an environment for talented and committed individuals to help more children and young people survive and thrive, combat infectious diseases that hit the poorest hardest, and empower people, particularly women and girls, to transform their lives. Back in Uganda, here in the US, and everywhere around the world, people's lives are better because of Sue Desmond-Hellmann's dedication and expertise. One of Fortune magazine's 50 most powerful women in business for 7 years, inductee of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, member of the Institute of Medicine, the state of California honors Sue Desmond-Hellmann.
So Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is in Seattle, Washington. But somehow it seems fitting, and it is thrilling to be recognized by the Governor and First Lady and the California Museum here in California. I'm a California native. I love my family with 7 kids, and I'm especially excited that tonight my sisters, Mary and Judy, the other 2 California natives among the 7 kids, are here. When Judy was 2 weeks old, my dad, the San Francisco native and pharmacist, moved our little family to Reno, Nevada, where I grew up and dreamt of a life in science and medicine. It is not an exaggeration to say that returning to California, to University of California, San Francisco, as a medical intern completely changed my life. Being part of that magnificent institution and the great public university system here in California, yeah. I got to experience up close and personal what it meant to be at UCSF around people I never dreamt that I would get to learn from and learn with. It was also where, on my first day of internship, I met my husband, Nick, who's also here today. Our chief of medicine, Holly Smith, likes to tell people that he recruited me to UCSF, which changed my life, and introduced Nick and I, and he's still very proud of that. People like me get too much recognition. And here's the thing I want you to know. It's actually ridiculous to recognize me. Everything that I've ever done in my career has been a team sport. The best clinical science, the best product development is done by great teams of people. And that's great by me. So when I'm grateful to all of you for this recognition, I'm grateful for being a member of those teams that made special things happen. But it's also ridiculous because the greatest reward, and I'm sure that the colleagues who I'm sitting up here understand what I mean, the greatest reward for me is when someone says, my mom, my husband, my daughter, my child benefited from something you worked on. Thank you. For me, that never gets old, but I will say that I am absolutely delighted to meet and learn about the people who are being recognized here today. But my favorite part of this evening was when we were outside. You know, people like me don't do red carpets. I didn't fall. But having some young girls, and boys too, ask me for an autograph and ask me questions about being a scientist and being a doctor, now that's worth getting embarrassed on the red carpet for. So thank you, Governor. Thank you, First Lady. This is lovely.